But before we go, let us read this article. This Muslim saying, I am little confused about the following. We know that Allah does not want or need our worship. But yet in the Quran he says, O mankind, it is you who stand in need of Allah, but Allah rich. You see, when between two brackets it says free of needs, this is not really what the Quran is saying. The Quran is saying he is rich. The second you say that Allah is rich, it's the same second you prove to me that Allah has needs. You see what rich mean? Think about it. When I say somebody is rich, that's funny, because rich is about someone he have money. Chapter 35 verse 15. Let us go to that verse in the Quran so we can understand it better. All right, verse number 15. O mankind, you are poor in your relation. That's not what the Quran is saying. You see, always the confusion about the Quran is depend what liar you are reading his translation from. There's nowhere here it says in your relation. It says you are poor. That's it. This is a fabricated. Let us change the translator. Let us go another liar, Yusuf Ali. Look here, the word in relation is gone, and this is funny, right? I mean, if it's not there, why it was there anyway in the other translator? Oh, you men. It doesn't say oh you men too. This is another donkey. It says oh you people. It is ye that have need of Allah, but Allah is the one free of all wants, worthy of all praise. This is a false translation too. It doesn't say oh you men, it says oh people, and it doesn't say it is ye that have needs. It says you are the one who is poor. I mean, I don't know how I can find any accurate translation for this stupid Quran. Not a single Muslim he can come with honest translation. I mean, what are you doing? I mean, are you using Google translation or something? Look at this guy. You are the one who stand in needs. Doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. But anyway, look at this guy. He says it is he all sufficient. It doesn't say that. It says he is the rich, and he is the one who is, you know, we thanks. Let us change the translating. I mean, we have to play this game. What we can do, we cannot find one honest translation. O mankind, it is it is you who stand in need of Allah, but Allah is rich. Now let us just, because we have to keep changing translator, this is in this, so just take into consideration whatever is between the two bracket is not really in the verse. This is not in the verse. So, O mankind, it is you who stand in need of Allah, but Allah is rich. Okay, when we say Allah is rich with what? Who is the Muslim when I tell me Allah is rich with what? Anyone knows? Allah is rich with what? When I say I am rich, I mean the statement itself proving that Allah he needs, because you are rich because you collect. You are rich because you store things. You are rich because, you know, maybe I mean, you are cheap. You are rich. You are rich. You have a good income. You are rich because you make a lot of money. But when we say that God is rich, what does that mean exactly? Let us see what other verse in the Quran says to understand this verse better. Chapter 5 verse number 64. The Jews, they made fun of Allah, saying he have uh, nothing to spend. He have nothing to spend and he can do nothing. Look how Muhammad he answered them. The Jews say Allah has Allah hands is fettered. Their hands are fettered, and they are accursed for saying nay. Okay, I mean, hold on. So somebody saying, look at this God. This God, he's saying, okay, the Jews, they say my hand is holding, they cannot spend, they cannot provide anything. I'm no one. It is their hand who is not spending. What is that? Are we listening, guys? Change the translator just for you know, for fun. The Jews says Allah hands is tied up. Be their hands tied up, and they are accursed. What is that? It's like two women from all generations. They are fighting over the rope for the laundry. Your laundry rope is not good. My laundry rope is longer. What is that? This is God? The Jews, they accuse Allah that he can do nothing. Prove to them that he can do, not by saying, no, your hand is a okay, you are God, do something. Show them that your hand is not tied up. You know what I mean? You're God, do something. I mean, what is verse for? This is the response? A verse? Okay, thank you. Now let us show you that Allah, he had needs. The Jews, when they say that about Allah, they have all the right to say so. Allah, he beg for money. Chapter 2 verse number 2, 4, 5. Who is the one who will give Allah a goodly loan? How you can give Allah a goodly loan? I thought Allah has no needs. So the first thing we found that Allah is bankrupt. Allah is what? Is bankrupt. Who wanna give a Christian prince a good loan? Well, a Christian prince is a human. Allah is God. Why God he need a loan? And what the loan we are talking about is money. And if you give me a good loan, I will give you increase your credit. Nice to meet you, Mr. Loan. Let us see different verse. Chapter 57 verse number 11. Allah is really depressed. He's asking for money. Who is he that he will lend into Allah a goodly loan? Please, that he may double it for him, and his may be rich reward. Well, you Muslims, you give us headache that Allah has no needs, and your Allah is the beggar in the street asking for a loan. Who wanna give us a loan? If you remember Mimi Hijab, when he had a debate with David Wood, less than 2 hours after the debate, he made a video saying, who wanna give Allah a goodly loan? He was begging people so to send donation. He said to himself, oh, the Muslim now they are happy that they thought the Muslims they have a victory. So now it's time to ask for money, to beg for money. And he read the verse from the Quran. Actually, he read that verse, the first one we showed you, chapter 2, verse number 45, 245. Actually, if you hear the verse, he was reciting the verse with his voice, you will die laughing about how the Quran sound like with the voice of Mimi Hijab. Now, here, let us go to different verse. Chapter 57, verse number 18. I mean, the same chapter is full of verses. He keep asking for loan. Lo, those who give alms and those women who lend to Allah. So the alms you give is not for the people, it's for Allah. How is that? Let us see. In chapter 64, verse number 17, things get to more dramatic. And Allah, He grant you forgiveness if you give Him money. Read with me carefully. This is chapter 64, verse number 17. If ye lend to Allah a goodly loan, He will double your reward and He will forgive you. Now we have a brother. He just gave me a goodly loan. Let me show you the goodly loan. This brother, I'm really thankful for those who help us. But here, our brother here, he gave me a goodly loan of $20. So if I am Allah, I will say to him, I forgive your sin because you gave me a goodly loan. I am Allah. If you give me another $20, I am Allah. I will double your forgiveness. If you give me $5, I will make your forgiveness so-so. If you make it $100, I will forgive you for the coming year. I mean, have you ever heard of a God like this? Isn't it obvious that this is a scam? Since when we can bribe God? We give God money and He is supposed to, if we give Him money, He forgive us? What is that? So they give us speeches that Allah, He has no needs, but as you see, Allah not only in need, Allah is in a trouble need. This guy, he is suffering from badly bankruptcy mentality. He think he is homeless. Now here you need to ask yourself, the money is going to go to who? It's going to go to the pocket of Muhammad. But Muhammad, he claimed that he is not the one. I mean, this is for Allah. Come on, you're not giving it to me, you're giving it to Allah. I mean, I'm just the pocket of Allah. So one of the needs proven in the Quran that Allah have needs is money. And yes, the Jews did not lie when they say that the hands of Allah are tied up. They are tied up in many ways. So number one, Allah has no money to the point He beg for money. Number two, Allah has no miracles, which means He have no ability. I will give you an example.